Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. And, guys, we have some special announcements to make in today's show. But before we do, let's get to what we learned on Twitter today. Now, while I'm pulling the banner and everything up, Brian, how's it going, my man? What's going on with you?
Hey, it's good. Another day in paradise, you know? One day closer to the season starting, one day closer to training camp.
Hell yeah, man. I like it. I like it. Twitter didn't. No. Go ahead. You're good. What were you saying?
And I got a surprise present from Miss Debbie today.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, man. That girl stay on point.
She's always taking care of us.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said she's always taking care of us.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yep. So
I don't want to know what you thought I said.
No, you don't. You don't want to know what I thought you said. Let me just pop this up here, guys. The formalities are up on the screen if you guys don't know where to find us. If you're listening to this in the podcast form and you're wondering what it said, just start the video and go in there at the 1 minute mark. You'll see all of the formalities there because I don't want to waste too much time. And let's go ahead and get to what we saw on Twitter today. Only one thing, but it's a big thing. Silverback. Happy birthday to left tackle Trent Williams, the highest paid player in his position. Hey, happy birthday to Trent first. Go ahead. I don't know if you want to have any words
absolutely.
for the guy.
Happy birthday. Hope we have a great season. Let's go.
Right. So what I was curious about was how many players can one team have that are the highest paid at their position?
Right. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that myself.
Like, is this something that we should be concerned with? Because I mean, Nick Bosa is going to get the max contract when his contract comes. Fred Warner is going to get the max contract when his contract comes. George Kittle already has it. Juice has it. I mean, Trent Williams has it. Is this sustainable, man? I know this isn't a show topic or anything like that, but these are just some of the questions that are in the back of my mind. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Well, I mean, if you go into like just do a simple browser, or a simple search of the over the cap or something like that, and you just go through, you can actually pull up the team and then look at by the years and see what the cap, obviously the players that we have signed goes down as you look forward into the future. But I mean, in 2024, we have so much money. I don't even know what, obviously that's going to be, go to Bosa, go to Warner, go to, whomever in 3 years, whoever else decides.
Well, not only that, I think in 2024, we have like 30 players on the roster, right?
But it's less than that. It's like 24 or something. But I mean, but you got to think. Remember when you're talking about how many players are signed when you're looking at the future. A lot of the 20 of those guys are going to be making him less than $1 million a piece, at least. Okay. All
right. Well, it'll be a bridge that we cross when we get there. So let's go ahead and get to the question. Go ahead.
And even better, not better for us as far as personnel, but financially, we don't have any first-round picks to pay for the next couple of years.
That is true. A nice little bit of relief there. That was one of the positives, in my opinion, to us trading up to even be in this position. So I like that move. I think that's something that would help the team out in major ways. All right. Let's go ahead and get to it. The first questions, I was going to say question, but I see who it's from. DJ Malone never just sends one. Have you guys tried Kahlua before?
That wasn't the first question.
Uh-oh. You see one before that?
Yeah, there's two before it.
That is the first one that I see. All right, here we go. Callie Young got in here first tonight.
He's the first one.
I like it. Let's go, Callie.
So Callie sends us a more important player to our defense, Bosa or Warner, and then Garcia or Smith, better quarterback. And if you guys were a coach on the 49ers, what position would you like to coach up?
Ooh. All right. So I think the more important player to our defense is Fred Warner. What's your take on that?
I'm going to go with Bosa.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to debate it now. That's fine. Yep. Garcia or Smith, the better quarterback. I'm going to go with Garcia, believe it or not.
I'm going to go with Garcia too, only because I feel like Smith was misutilized, so we really didn't get to see him here at hit as best as he probably could be, just because he was constantly being, under different OCs or head coaches.
Okay. And if you guys were a coach on the 49ers, what position would you like to coach up?
I'm going to go with the wide receiver group because we got 2 stellar guys, but after that, we got some coaching up to do.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't be able to tell them much.
Well, it said I'm not a coach either, but if I was, that would be when I was thinking about this, when I saw this, I kind of was trying to go through the different position groups, and I think that, that's where we're not lacking as far as personnel, but I feel like there's no true wide receiver 3 yet. Like we think that, or we hope that it will be Hurd. But someone else could come out and be wide receiver 3, he might get hurt again in preseason. We have no idea. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but, it is what it is. So that was the position group that I thought needed more coaching up.
Okay. I get it. I'm going to go with a different group. I'm going to say, I'm going to say I would probably coach up the linebackers just for the rah-rah. I feel like linebackers get to be a little bit more, what's the word I want to use? Boisterous in the secondary,
Okay.
all over the field. And so I want to coach some guys that make noise.
Right.
When Quan Williams was here, it was kind of like, all right, he's cool and all. He's got his flaws, but we loved him because of his energy. You know what I mean? And like, I think the energy needs to be an infectious part of it. And if the people right behind you or the people right in front of you are bringing that energy, it's gonna spill over in both directions, and the linebackers right in the middle. So I would go with the linebackers. Steve,
we got back to back here. No, I was just clicking on comments.
Oh, okay.
Callie brings us another one. What was your saddest moment as a 49ers fan, and what was your most happiest moment as a 49ers fan?
Oh, wow. All right. I want to get away from the obvious here. I want to say the saddest moment was losing to the Giants in that NFC Championship game in 2011. That was my saddest. My happiest moment was definitely that Saints game right before that, just because I was just so elated for those guys on that roster. So yeah, that's gonna be my happiest moment.
So I'm going to give you a kind of a twofer because I'm going to go with I've been a lifelong Niners fan. So when I was a kid, my saddest moment was trading away Joe Montana.
Okay. I was actually mad at Joe Montana for that. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I mean, as a young person, you don't understand how that works. But as an adult, Bowman's injury was probably my least happiest moment.
Okay.
Just how that whole thing went down, and then, we didn't get the turnover, and it was just stupid.
But we stopped him on the goal line.
Sure.
We got the ball back.
Can't
fight fate, baby.
And then as far as happy moments, when I was a kid, the 94, I was 18, so the 94 or 17. 94 Super Bowl win was just awesome to me. I probably looked something like Kyle Shanahan did in the picture that we see floating around because my cheesy grin was going everywhere. And then, but as an adult, I think my favorite moment was seeing Kittle carry 3 dudes down the field.
Both of our favorite moments came against the Saints.
Yep.
I like it. Look at that. We that, baby. Let's go. All right. Now I can click some comments, right? Okay, here we go. Have you guys tried Kahlua before? Do you know what Kahlua is?
Yep, we have it. And then my wife actually makes a barbecue sauce out of it that we use as a marinade.
Really?
Yep. It's for pork, like pulled pork kind of thing.
I got you. I've had Kahlua before, and I think it is gas in a bottle. That's all I got for it. My wife, she actually used to drink it. She hasn't had it in a while, actually. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But yeah, so that was that.
Yep.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
So if it's something that I'm going to make, because I make my own cookies, it's going to be a cream cheese butterscotch cookie. But if it's just a generic, it's going to be a chocolate chip.
So my wife made me these custom cookies before. It has like all of my favorite cookie ingredients all in one, and I can't even remember what it was. You remember what it was? Oatmeal, cranberry
and
raisin,
and
toffee chips.
Mm.
That's what it was.
So you get dried cranberries and raisins?
Yes. Because I couldn't decide. And so she went all in. And she made them soft too. That was the best part. They were soft. Oh man, it was really good. Oh, now I want some cookies. All right, sorry. Sticky buns or cinnamon buns?
I'm gonna go with cinnamon buns.
Blah to both. I guess I'll go with cinnamon buns. I like cinnamon more than like the glazed stuff, so I'll go with cinnamon there. What nicknames would you give our D linemen and secondary, since Hot Boys is for our linebackers? Oh, so 2 different nicknames, he's saying.
Right.
Okay. All right. I think we could do this.
Yep.
I'm going to go with you want to go first or you want me to go?
Doesn't matter.
All right. So our D linemen should be the regulators.
Okay.
Pretty corny, pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
The secondary, let's call it Alcatraz.
Okay. Lockdown.
There you go. You got it. See, let's go.
Yeah, I hear you. Out on an island by yourself.
Getting there.
I'm going to go with the D line. I'm going to call them the 4 horsemen, or the horsemen, I guess. And,
I like it.
And I don't know. I couldn't think of anything for the secondary, but something along the Fast and Furious or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. Then put some speed back there. I see. Okay. Hard hitting. And we can flip over 42 times and still land on our wheels and drive away.
Right.
I like it. All right. Let me see what else we got here. Danny Albright is the next question I see here. Hopefully it's the next one that you see as well. I've been hearing some people saying Max Crosby, pass rusher from Raiders, is better than Nick Bosa. Are they crazy? And have you guys put your sons in football? If so, what position?
My take is that I had not heard that at all from anywhere.
It was a thing going around on Twitter.
I'm sure that it was, but if it was on Twitter, that's why I probably didn't hear about it. Yeah, those people are crazy as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, they are knucking butts.
And then as far as the kids, no, I did not. Both my boys are late bloomers, so they're like the smallest kids in their classes, and they would get destroyed in their age group. I'm talking like not just the smallest, but like I think my youngest is probably at least 8, if not 10 inches shorter than the next kid in class.
Okay. All right.
They won't. Yeah. I mean, we saw it with my oldest. He grew when he got to, now he's in his junior year. That's where he had his growth spurt.
I feel that. No, I haven't. My son doesn't seem interested in playing football, so I wouldn't put him in there unless it was something that he wanted to do, because football is not a game that you should play if you don't want to play.
Yeah, your heart needs to be in that.
Yeah, that's not something that you can just go out there and try, So, I mean, you can try it, but you have to want to try it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not the sport for that. Here's one here. Question for Brian. Surprise, I got you. Thought you were prepared. How did you end up a submariner? Why not a SEAL or a midshipman on a boat?
Did you do that on purpose?
Booyah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to get you. I know you like to prepare. I got you.
No, I mean, did you do that on purpose the way you said it? Because you said it right before, and that was wrong.
Yeah, I said submariner, and I asked you if that was right, and you said correct. Yes. So right. I said submariner now.
That's wrong.
I know. I was just, all right, look at you. I like it. That's pride right there. You guys hear that? Okay.
So, no, when so you can take it down if you want, but
okay, sorry.
So when 9/11 happened, I was stationed in DC. I went to the Pentagon. I was Orient E5 at the time, and I worked in the medical field in the Navy. That's being a corpsman, and I made the decision at that point that I was going to go ahead and become a lifer and stay in for 20, so I get the retirement. But I wanted to be the best of the best within my rate, and being an independent duty corpsman means that you don't have to work for a doctor. Like, you go out on missions on your own, and then they review your notes when you come back. So it's kind of like you're by yourself. But I've been with the Marines and on a surface ship in the submarines. The submarine is the only place where they will not put a medical officer unless a dive team comes on board. So you are absolutely independent. And I wanted to be as independent practicing medicine as I could be. And so that was it. That's like the tip of the spear when you're out there. So that's it has a 55 roughly attrition rate, percentage attrition rate. So we started off with 11 guys and we graduated 5. So it's within the Navy, it's not prestigious, but it definitely says that you're among the best of the best at what you do. So that's why I chose it.
All right. Let me double up on you here. Another one for Brian. When you see subs in movies, do you roll your eyes and pick holes in everything? This is kind of similar to, like, We had a question similar to this a couple shows ago about, when you see inaccuracies in movies, how you react to them.
No, absolutely. There's a couple of movies out there that I'll pick apart. And like I said, I think we've talked about it before. I just don't know who their expert that they had on the set was, but whoever, like Hunt the Red October, it's like, no, even like a lot of the internal shots of the submarine, it's just like they're beautiful, but that's not what it looks like at all on any class of submarine in the United States. So, it's just we're having the captain bring his dog on board. While there is a policy for that, it's not probably ever going to happen. But okay.
Talk your shit, Brian. Let them know, man. Let them know. All right. I'll save the other one for later because I think the other one's for both of us.
Sure.
Let's see where we left off here. All right. How infuriating would cardboard beds be? I think it's worse if you're a bedwetter. I don't know.
Everything gets soggy.
Yeah. So, that's where I'm at with it. And Mike, how scary would Imperfect Cell look to your kids? What is that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a movie. I'm not sure.
I would have to get back to you on that one, DJ Malone. Brian, how bad of a character is Jar Jar Binks? You said Jar Jar Binks.
So when I watch Star Wars and the characters, I don't get tied up in what people outside in the real world think. I try to understand what the direction was, what the purpose of the character was, and he's just comic relief. That is his whole point. And I know that some people get upset by the fact that he talks the way he does, or he looks the way he does, or walks the way he does. But it's all part of being the comic relief character for those movies. It's just
he's basically Sid the Sloth, just with a cooler voice.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
All right, and the last one here is: what is one card or board game you're so best you guys at? Wait. Oh, what is a card or board game your significant other best you guys at? So what is my wife better than me at? Absolutely nothing.
I'm going to go. So I'm very mathematically minded, and my wife is much more. She, spent her childhood reading, and I was like trying to find cliff notes in books or in movies to watch. And so I will go with probably Scrabble. She will kick my butt because she knows all kinds of words. She used to play Words with Friends all the time until it got so convoluted on there. So I would say Scrabble.
I honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. What game do you beat me at?
The one you're playing right now.
5,000. This game right now.
Okay. If it isn't a card or a board game, she definitely doesn't beat me in Monopoly. I destroy. Oh man, I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll try to think of something later on. All right. Let's keep this thing moving here. Okay, guys, it's from Always Faithful. Compare fans' energy from both stadiums, Candlestick Park versus Levi's, inside and outside. All right. This is going to be fun. Now, you got half of my opinion is going to come from what I saw on TV because I never made it to Candlestick, inside or outside. So I don't have a legit answer for that. But I will say that I don't know. I can't imagine Candlestick was better energy-wise than what Levi's was during that Packers game. Now, I went to the Packers game in November, and I heard that the Packers game at home again in the playoffs was even more electric. So I can't imagine Candlestick was better than that. I just can't. Like it was infectious energy. People were on their feet the entire game, like offense and defense on the field. It did not matter. It was just great. It was great, man. And the fans were in tune. They knew when to be cheering. They knew when not to, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to give the nod to Levi's when the team is good. Obviously, when the team is bad, the energy isn't going to be there. So when the energy is good, I'm going to give the nod to Levi's. What say you?
I can't really speak to that because I have not had the opportunity to be at Levi. The only time I've been to Levi is to go to the amusement park across the parking lot. But I will say the one game that I got to go see at the Stick, I had my kids with me, so we didn't really attend anything out in the parking lot. So I can't speak to that. And we were rushing to get in there because it was like almost kickoff by the time we got down there. And but it was not as exciting as I thought it would be. And I don't know if we were just in a poor section of the stadium, but it just didn't seem like fans weren't getting overly worked up or anything. And
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. But so I hope that it would be Levi's. I mean, that's where our home is now. So I hope that's a better place.
All right. I like it, man. I like it. I'm going to give you one more here. And this is, so you guys go to a Chinese restaurant. What's your starter and why? Mine is crispy duck.
I like the pork that has the sweet sauce and then the hot horseradish mustard, the yellow sauce and the red sauce. You dip them in between both, and then you can put sesame seeds and stuff on them. It's just easy starter. Yeah.
Okay. I like the crab rangoon. It's not something that I like in half an hour after I eat it, but it's good going down. It is good going down. So I'm gonna pause for a second, guys. We're gonna make an announcement here, and there's also another announcement on the next show that we do, which will be tomorrow. This is gonna be the last midnight show that actually starts at midnight. However, we're gonna do a combo show tomorrow. So we're gonna start a little later. Normally we start between 9:30. We're going to start a little bit later, but we're going to do like a combination thing where you guys can call in, participate in the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys are locked in. I'm going to put a phone number up for you guys to be able to call in on. You guys can ask the questions the same way that we're doing. Just basically a thank you to you guys for participating, and let you guys come on here. If you don't feel like typing out your questions, you can call in and ask the questions, and shoot the shit with us. So, Brian, anything you want to add to that?
No, just looking forward to, getting some input directly, and rather than reading comments, to have a conversation with some of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there will be another special announcement in tomorrow night's show. Okay. Now, Brian, that comment that you just took off was from a Brian Gilmer. I know that the pick at the stick was crazy.
Yeah, I could only imagine.
I saw that on TV when the camera in the stands and on the field was shaking because people were cheering so hard. Like, that was incredible. So,
right.
I know that was probably like a top 10 moment in that stadium, probably. So, all right, let's go here. Ice Niner says, "What's your favorite beer to drink?" Let's start there. All right. I'm not much of a beer guy, so what's your favorite beer?
Well, I drink Swill, so I'm a Coors Light guy.
Okay.
Like dirty water.
I don't have a favorite beer. I'll be honest with you. I had a ginger beer once that was okay, and then it got too sweet, like a beer and a half in. It was like really, really sweet. I like things like Modelo or Modelo Black or Negro. I like the dark ones of those. And on tap, my favorite one is Guinness. Thank you. See, my drinking buddy back there.
You like them thick lager, like
only on tap.
Oh, only on tap.
I cannot drink Guinness out the bottle. It's like drinking chocolate syrup. It's so it's just like heavy. Oh, I feel bloated just talking about it. All right. Does Jared Maiden have a role on this defense?
So I currently have Maiden as a bubble, first off kind of guy. Not last on, but first off. So I don't have a role for him right now. So barring injury, that's what I think is what he's going to be. He's going to be either a practice squad or somewhere else.
I was talking to Tony about Jared Maiden just yesterday or today, believe it or not. And he seems to think that there's a role here for him, a significant role too. He's got the versatility that people value, but I don't even think I had him making the roster.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you're going to be like, it's going to be between him and Hufanga. You're going to keep the guy you just drafted, I would assume.
Yeah. If he's good. Favorite food in the Chicago area. Brian, this one's for you because I've never been to Chicago.
And I was only there for boot camp. They lit us out for like 3 days, and that was in 1995. So I'm sure it was probably pizza at that point because I had been in boot camp for 2 months where they don't let you eat anything decent.
Okay. All right. Here's a very specific question for Mark. If you could take one player from our division not named D-Hop, Kyler, Donald, Ramsey, Adams, Russ, DK, Lockett, etc., that the fans don't talk about, but you know will contribute right now, who you picking? You don't want me to go first.
Fans don't talk about?
Yep.
Oh, dear God.
Like not like a big name, he's saying. Like,
so I'm going to go with, because I like the kid, Van Jefferson on the Ram squad. I think that he would be great for us. I would say Woods, but I'm sure there's plenty of fans out there that talk about Woods.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Van Jefferson.
I'm going to go with this guy. He's a corner for the Seahawks. His name is Akello Witherspoon, and I think
his chance here.
And I think he would be a starter on this team this year. That's the kind of role that he would have. Oh wait, there was more in here, I think. Oh no, that's it. Okay. DJ Malone is in here again. Would you rather casually watch Montana versus Elway or Montana versus Marino? I'm referring to Super Bowls. Favorite iteration of the catch, 1, 2, or 3, and who's the most relevant team in the NFL? All right, let's talk about it.
For me, it's going to be a Montana Elway. I mean, I know that the Denver didn't have a great Super Bowl game, but I just in general, like if I could watch I just would Montana Elway for me.
I'm going to go with Marino just because Dan Marino is one of my favorite quarterbacks. I have him in my top 5 all time, and that was a perfect season. A lot of people forget that. Like that guy was there to do some damage and to see, the hype around it, it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. Not that I'm not saying I was there for it, but when you go back and you read up on this stuff and you watch the old games and everything, like there was a lot of anticipation and hype for that one. So I'm going to go with the Marino and Montana, the M&M combination. All right. Favorite iteration of the catch, 1, which is the classic, the Dwight Clark.
Yep.
2 was Terrell Owens from Steve Young, and 3 was Vernon Davis.
And number 1 is always going to be my favorite. It started all kinds of crap, and as far as I'm concerned, the other 2 are just they should have come up with a different name.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the third one, believe it or not, because like I said, that was one of my favorite games ever to watch live. And what made that game more special to me, I don't know if I told the story on here before. I drove from New Jersey to Tennessee that night. Like I was like driving out there to get there. I thought I had some help driving. My mom said, "Oh, let me know when you're tired and I'll drive." And I was like, "Mom, I'm tired." She's like, "Yeah, I don't feel like driving." All right, gas station, 5-hour energy drinks and Red Bulls. And I powered through it. I got there. I took a nap and woke up just in time for the game. My brother had just got back from Afghanistan. And he was at his house in Tennessee where he was stationed at Fort Campbell's in Tennessee, I believe. Yeah. So
I don't know what Fort Campbell is.
Yeah. So that's where he was stationed. So it was a great weekend. And it started with us winning that game. It was phenomenal. It was great. So that's why that one's going to be my favorite. It was more of a sentimental reason. Sure. Not that it propelled. We didn't win the Super Bowl that year. We didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like right. It didn't push us over the top or anything like that. But that moment and what it meant for me and my family for sentimental reasons is definitely my favorite one.
There was one more on there.
Oh, who's the most irrelevant team in the NFL? See how irrelevant they were? It wasn't even worth us answering. I was moving on.
Wait, is Don Burr in here?
Oh man.
No, I'm gonna go with as things sit right now, I'm gonna say the Houston Texans.
Okay. Oh wow. All right, I like that. It's weird. You can't take away like from the teams that have been down there, like the Jets,
right?
The Browns, the Raiders, like those teams are all of a sudden competing now.
Right.
I got one. It's going to be the most relevant team this year. I'm going to say the Saints. Oh, yeah.
They're gonna have their hands full for sure.
Yeah, shake him up there, baby. That's what I like. All right. Sensei Al says, who's your favorite random 49er player all time? Mine is Chris Borland. So favorite random player, not your favorite player.
Right. I'm going to go in the Wayback Machine and go with Tom Rathman.
I'm going to go with Merton Hanks just because I always tried to do that. And I can't tell you how many cracks and pops and snaps. Yeah, my head was just way too big to try to do that. So, but I used to love seeing that. So I'm going to go with Merton Hanks. That was it for me.
Did you read The Master Chef?
No.
Oh.
Is there a film that gives you goosebumps each and every time you watch it? For me, it's Jurassic Park. So says Steve Smith. That's not my answer. That's part of the question.
Right. Well, I can tell you right now, every time I watch The Greatest Showman, I get goosebumps. But it's because there's music involved.
Goosebumps. All right. So Goosebumps changes a little bit of what I have to go with The Patriot. I know I've talked about that scene a couple of times. It gets me every single time. It's uncanny how it gets me. So
right.
That's going to be it for me. Steve Smith doubles up here with a shot maybe at DJ Malone. Why does DJ Malone ask so many questions within a question? Because
maybe he can answer that tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what? I like that cliffhanger and a teaser. And this will be the last one here again from Steve Smith. If you were the 49ers quarterback, which of the other NB Niners crew would you trust least to throw the ball to? Okay, I get it. All right. So who don't you want to throw the ball to?
Who doesn't have the surest hands? That one I can't answer because, I mean, at least you guys have had the punt, you and Nick, and we're having the punt pass drill. So I'm sure you guys threw the ball back and forth. I know Tony was at the hotel with you during the draft. So did you guys throw a football around?
No. I threw laptops around and temper
tantrums.
That was on camera, huh? That's not a good.
I don't know if we were live, but it was definitely on camera when I saw you do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Nick because of the shoulder restrictions and lifting arms.
Yeah, he might not have the.
Yeah, he's got the smallest catch radius on the crew. So, and he might. Well, I don't know how big your hands are, but Nick might also have the smallest hands. So, he's gonna look at his hands like.
I was like, do I have a tape measure around here?
I think they're okay.
No, I think I have like 8 7/8 or 9-inch hands, something like that.
Okay, that's not bad.
But I don't. Let's find a better way to say that.
Uh-oh.
I have I don't drop balls. Let's just put it that way. Instead of searching for something else, I'll just say it.
This episode was brought to you by Manscaped. No,
this guy right here we still gotta bring that up because there was a paid donation from Master Chef.
Yeah, and I want to.
Oh, good. Hey, family, it's good to hear you guys again. I was in the hospital having back surgery, so I missed a lot. I'm hoping to be ready for the football season. Do you think Rice would ever coach the receivers?
Yeah, that's a good question. Hopefully, the recovery is going well. Back surgery is no joke, so we thank you for joining. We thank you for joining. And just so you know, Master Chef, if there's ever a time you can't watch, we do the audio also. Yeah, you have the audio adventure, the podcast, wherever you find podcasts, you can search NB Niners, Nothing But Niners, NBN. It's all tagged under there, 49ers, and we'll come up as one of the podcasts in there. So, just something that you can put on in the background and lay back and close your eyes and let the soothing sounds of Mike and Brian put you to sleep. All right.
I don't know how soothing my voice is.
Yeah. And I'm going to say no for Jerry Rice coaching wide receivers. I find that greats don't usually do too well in coaching because I think that a lot of it, Jerry Rice might be the anomaly where his came from work ethic, but I could see him trying to make other people have that work ethic and it could kind of kill the vibe in the room. Right. Michael Jordan's not the best talent evaluator. We know that already from his days as a GM and part owner of the Wizards and stuff like that. So I just find that the greats just really aren't that good at that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of
because it's such an innate talent. You can't teach it. So, you can't expect that somebody who's great to be able to get someone else to be anywhere near your level, and that can be frustrating when you're like, come on, get this or whatever.
I mean, look at Mike Singletary, right? Mike Singletary was he's a top 5-10 all-time linebacker, and
then I go with that.
And he's not a good coach. He's not a good coach. Now I don't remember him being a position coach. I don't remember what his position was. All right,
he said
he was gonna make one, and he made it.
Last one.
Man. He said he was gonna make it. We already answered your questions though, buddy. So you might have to hit the rewind. But yeah, what's your answer there? I kind of just went on babbling. But what's your answer there? Do you think Jerry Rice would ever be a receivers coach?
No, and for pretty much the same reasons you stated. He's a front man now. He's a face that is it is to get people hyped up. He's a man of the people, if you will. So that's a better role for him. I think being community involved. I think that's a great spot for him. Yeah.
Let me ask this question, and we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know how Jerry Rice shows up for big games and gets the crowd hype and all that stuff. Before, during, and after the game, stuff like that. Does he do that for other franchises that he played with, or does he only do that for the 49ers? And you might not know the answer.
I don't know, but I've also never heard of him showing up to any other team doing those kind of things. I mean, I think that the reason he was on those other teams was just the process of his aging and decline of what he was able. And not to say that, even in his decline, he was still better than
1,200 yards. Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, I think that his heart and his home is always going to be in the red and gold.
Absolutely. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Again, don't forget the special announcement. We have a special show coming to you guys later than our normal Tuesday shows, but earlier than the midnight shows, and we're going to incorporate it all. You guys are going to get a chance to call in, chime in, give us your thoughts, ask us fantasy football questions. That time is coming up. We did a special show with Smitty, the fantasy football show. That was a lot of fun, and people are talking fantasy football now. It's coming out. So whatever, if you don't want to ask us fantasy questions, find out how good Brian really is at not dropping balls. I don't know. We'll find out. Whatever questions you guys want to ask, make sure you guys are there. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Brian, take us home, my man.
Mahalo and aloha.
That's it.